Hello, good evening. This is Shashina Gibbs, CEO and founder of Real Sisters Rise and Women Business Association. Thank you for listening tonight to another episode of Entrepreneurs on the Rise podcast network. I just want to give you a brief introduction about what Real Sisters Rising is. It's a women business association. We help women start, run, and grow successful businesses and build long-lasting professional relationships. You can visit our website at www.realsistersrising.com. Entrepreneur on the Rise podcast is where we interview, have fun, and discuss with other women entrepreneurs who are doing some amazing things in their business and that we believe that they need to get the light shine on them. They need to be highlighted and honored. So tonight I want to bring one of my advisory board members and a really, really good friend to introduce you to her. I want you to get to know her and what she does. She provides some amazing services and some much-needed services for us solopreneurs that wear so many hats. The services she provides can really, really relieve you of some of those everyday tasks that make you pull your hair out. Althema Goodson, how are you doing this evening?
I am very well, Miss Gibbs. Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome. I've been wanting to get you on the show for a long time because I believe in my heart that this audience and many more people across the world need to know who you are because you have such a lovely spirit.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Now, you are the founder and CEO of the Goodson Agency. Can you please tell us what the Goodson Agency is? How did you get started?
Well, the Goodson Agency is a multifaceted consulting company. And what we do is marketing, branding, public relations, strategies, competitive strategies, advertising, events. We work with nonprofits, small, medium, large businesses. We also do change management. We pretty much do everything that you can do, can't do, don't want to do, plus a whole lot more. Originally, the Goodson Agency was called Infinite Effects, and I started that when I was in college. And just through over the times, I grew, my business grew, and I didn't really want a gimmicky name. I just wanted to name it after myself since it was pretty much me spearheading and driving the machine. So that's how the Goodson Agency. I changed the name and rebranded in August of last year. So now you have the Goodson Agency.
So you work with so many different types of clients, and you provide a number of services. Do you have a team, or it's still just you?
Right now it's really me, but I've been so fortunate and so blessed to meet so many women in my life, such as yourself and others that I network and outsource and refer and get help with things. And so while it's just me, I do have others that support and work with me when needed.
You know, I want to touch point on that. You say, because a lot of women, I'm going to talk about women because that's who I know. A lot of women in business have a problem with asking for help in their business. Are you able to just ask for help comfortable, or, is it a struggle for you to ask somebody for assistance?
When you're an entrepreneur, I feel like you have that dream, you have that drive. You want to just do it all. But I think with experience and time, you realize that you really can't. But also to serve my clients better, if there's something that I know I'm not the best at, I want my clients to have the best. So if I can't do it, then I want to outsource and find someone who can so that my clients get the best outcome and the best service.
Getting referrals, getting help, asking people for help. Do you ever feel like you burdening somebody by asking them for any help?
I don't think so. I don't feel like asking for help is a burden to anyone. I think that those that are hard workers, those that understand what it's about, they won't think of it as a burden. They appreciate that someone appreciates them.
Right. And I agree because, you know, I've been wanting to ask for help, but it took me a long, long time to ask anybody for any help because I'm a perfectionist. Sometimes I felt like I was burdening people with my baby, you know. It was different reasons, but as you said, as you grow into your business and become more experienced, you meet the right people. You know who you can ask for help from, that they won't have a problem. They'll probably be glad to ask them to be a part of your project or your dream or your vision. So I do encourage, if you're listening to this, you have to understand asking for help is a big part of being a successful entrepreneur. Remember, I said successful. If you want to keep rising in this industry, whatever industry that you're doing, you have to be able to position yourself, to humble yourself, to ask for help. Don't prejudge what somebody else may think because you don't know what the other person may think. You might get somebody to say, I can't help you because X, Y, and Z, but I can refer you to somebody that can help you. You might even get that. But I don't know too many people that will really say they won't help you because they're just being mean. But ask for help. It's too much. Starting a business takes on a lot on a person. It can be a lot, especially if you already have a family, you got kids, if you're working already. It's a lot. So you really ask for help. As you can see, Althema, she asks for help, and I know her personally, and she does amazing work. She has a really nice network of friends, and because of her energy, she attracts the type of people that just complements who she is already. Do you agree, Althema?
I agree. Also, too, to piggyback off of that, if you are fortunate enough to have a team, I know it's your baby, I know it's your dream, I know that there's certain things that only you can see, but don't be afraid to delegate. Delegation is very key, and it also it helps. Sometimes you get so bombarded and you may miss something because you're trying to do everything. But delegation could sometimes free up one thing while you can pay attention to something else. It is very crucial to delegate.
Yeah, that's another thing. You know, asking for help. You know, just saying like, listen, I'm having this event. I'm looking for someone to partner with. Or I'm having this event. I'm looking for volunteers. I'm having this event. Can you share it with your network? You know, things like that. But delegating the task, building a team, that's something else. Not a whole nother level, but that's something else. Building a team to really help you implement what you have going on. So that's another thing. As an entrepreneur, I do encourage you to start building your team. You know, start by just asking someone for help, and if that person can be continually help you on a regular basis, maybe that's a key person that can help you with a particular task on a regular, and maybe you can have a discussion that can sit down and talk about how that person can be, say, your event coordinator because they do it so well, and they're already doing it. Now you can give them a permanent position because you know they know that position already just from them helping. So that's a start of, you know, putting together a dream team. Althema, I would like for you to tell us more about the I Am Empowerment project.
I Am Empowerment is something that I signed on with a good girlfriend of mine, Miss Denise Best, who is on our virtual element event. Yes, we love her. And I Am Empowerment is it's to empower women. You know, the I am is, you know, like they said, I am is two of the strongest letters, and when you put them together, whatever comes after that, that's your affirmation. That's what you are. That's your stance. That's what you're standing for. That's what you're fighting for. So I was more than happy when she came to me with the opportunity. And last year, 2014, we had our first event, which was just the I Am. It was an empowerment brunch. We had some wonderful women there. We had you were there, Miss Gibbs, and we had the activator, Lucinda Cross, and Darlene Brown, and Stacey and Cran, and Tony Coleman. We had Lenita Mann. We had Carrie Pink. We just had so many wonderful women who just discussed their I am and getting women to just figure out who we are and to go from there. And we hit the ground running. We did that. We had a I am half-year checkup and financial plan where we worked on our business, our vision plan, and we kind of took account for what had happened for the first half of the year and recreated a new vision board to kind of finish off the year. And we had Carrie Payne discuss financials and how to get our money together because, as you know, money rules everything. So we got to get our money right if we're going to be taking care of the world. So now we are still empowering women. On March 28th, we have a tea to honor some wonderful, dynamic women, and that's just what it's about. It's about finding out what your I am is, working, building, introducing great women to other great women so that they can just be empowered and celebrated.
That's amazing. I really like, I like when I went to the event, the I Am, I got to meet some women that I didn't get to meet, like Darlene Brown, she's amazing. I already know Lucinda and Tony and some of the other ladies. Also, Carrie Payne. I love her. Her energy, she's so bubbly. And she has a unique, creative brand, style about her. I really do enjoy her, too. You recently had a vision board party, a virtual vision board party. Can you tell me, how did that go?
That went great. Of course, when you go virtual, you get people that you may not always attract. We're located in New York, so we had women from Savannah, we had women from Michigan, women from all over were able to create their vision board, speak things into existence, and we just shared it. And that way we can just keep pushing. And I encourage anybody to make a vision board, and it's never too late to make one. And you just want to just hold tight to your goals. You put it on paper. You see it every day. That speaks to you. To me, it's like, I always like to say, go to bed with a goal, wake up with a purpose. You see that. You see everything that's the goal. Those are the goals. So now you know what your purpose is. Now you know what your I am is. So those gives you the tools for something to strive for. So if you have not made a vision board, please stop by the site, make one. We have easy directions on how to make one and share it with us, and then you can see all the ones that we did. Ms. Gibbs did one. It was very nice. A lot of our ladies did one.
So do you have a vision party, another virtual vision board party coming up? Because like you said, it doesn't have to be just at the beginning of the year. You could do it at any time. Yes.
We will be having one in February. That date is to be announced, but as soon as I know, I will let you know, Ms. Gibbs.
Okay, cool. I remember back when me and you first met, right? It was at the Unlock Your Dreams conference, right?
Yes.
Ever since then, me and you have been connected. And we have our social moments when we get together and take silly pictures and, we act silly. And just me, you, and I know Miss Parker, when we get together, it's like, forget about it. So, it's been a while. We have grown separately and together in business. So I just want to say to you that I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Just watching you grow. I can't say I didn't watch you as a baby, but it's like my sister. I'm watching my sister grow into the professional woman that you have become, and you're just doing some amazing things. And you're also an amazing mentor to the youth. I just want to say congratulations to you for all that you're doing.
Thank you so much, Ms. Gibbs. Nothing happens by chance. I believe in divine timing. I believe in everything. And I'm glad that I met you. I'm glad that I met Miss Parker. And you women have been mentors, and we have. And you're what I speak about. You've always looked out. You've always looked for me. And I appreciate that. And I try to do the same thing for other women. And I just feel that we, as women, have to do that for one another. You have the boys club, and they always look out for each other, no matter what. And I just feel like women have to do that. There's so much room. There's room for everybody.
Sure.
And I just feel like, even when you're doing something that someone else is doing, you got your own touch. You got your own flavor. So while it may be the same thing, it's not going to be identical. And I like that, like you said, we've grown apart, but every time we got back together, it's like we never left. And I'm fortunate for these relationships. I'm fortunate for women like you, Miss Parker, for Miss Starr, for Denise, just all the women that I've met along the way, and just we never lost touch. And I feel bad for anyone who doesn't have that. And I implore women who don't have those networks, women who don't have other women who know the struggle. Because I have, you have different groups of friends. But your girlfriend that is not an entrepreneur, and she's good with being a corporate woman and climbing the clock, sometimes she's not going to understand what you're going through. So I just advise and would tell everyone, all my ladies listening, if you get you a circle of women who can relate, who know what it's like to the hustle, and find those friends, and you guys help each other and be those beacons of light for each other, because you really need that. It's really essential. And, and like you said, when you can get together and just laugh and congratulate and celebrate each other on the accomplishments, the little ones, the big ones, and even, cry if things don't go good, but just to have those people that understand, that really understand.
Uh-huh.
Because sometimes friends and family don't understand. Spouses don't understand. But your girlfriends that are, entrepreneurs and they're climbing with you, they get it.
Exactly.
And there really is room for everybody. There really is.
It is. I just want to recap really quick back to when we got connected before the Unlock Your Dreams conference, but that's when we first physically met. But correct me if I'm wrong. We connected. You was part of the Yahoo group. You partake in the 60-day commitment workshop. Then you became part of. You volunteered to help out at Unlock Your Dreams. And I believe you and Denise just got connected then. And then Gabby, all everybody, it's like we all bonded from there. And throughout the years from that moment, those moments, we have all done several partnerships, attended each other's events, and we even went out dancing a couple of times, a few of us, and have done different things. And it just continues. That's now, from that moment, from you partaking in the 60-day commitment workshop, being a member of Real Sisters Rising, here you are today doing a partnership with Denise Best with the I Am Empowerment project.
Exactly. Everything just comes full circle. It just really comes full circle. And, everyone brings their own thing. And that's another reason why groups and clusters and networks are great, because everyone brings that own little niche. And they just bring that one thing, and not just that one thing, but, just it's them that makes everything fit together. And like you said, one choice, truly Yahoo group, just look at what it did.
Mm-hmm. And this is an example of what a real sisterhood is about. There's no conflict, there's no beefing, there's no arguing. Even if it's disagreement, it's fine. But we started out as, friendship. We grew apart, come back together. Everybody is doing amazing things in their business. We have life issues, and at the same time, we can call each other and say, listen, I'm having a problem, I'm feeling depressed, this is what it is. And everybody has, and this is why, and I just did right now at this current moment, there's a chapter meeting going on in Ohio. We're reopening our Ohio chapter. And one of the ladies asked me about Real Sisters Rising, and that is one of the things I told them, is that relationship building we have within our network. I'm the CEO and founder, but at the same time, you as a member, you can call me. And we build on this. We can talk, we can laugh, we can get in each other and talk like, listen, that's not going to work. It's that sisterhood, and sisterhood means you treat a friend, you go with a friend as if they came out your mother, as you grew up together. You do it together, and that's how correct me if I'm wrong, I've always treated you the same way. I don't treat you any type of way, and all the members are all the same. Everybody has that same effect towards each other. Am I right?
Correct. And I know that when I had ideas and different things, you took them and you were receptive. And it wasn't to tell you to change your organization. It was, maybe this will work.
Right.
It might have, it might not have.
I just also, like I said, I respect who you are. Because I'm a CEO of Real Sisters Rising, but guess what? You're the CEO of the Goodson Agency. It's no different. It's no difference. I give you the same respect as anybody would give me of opening and founding this organization. You are a member, you're on the advisory board, you're on my leadership team. I want to get back into your mentorship, the programs, the type of mentorship programs that you participate in. Can you tell me more about, or tell us, the listeners, more about how you became a mentor and, what does it do for you? How do you get involved in these different projects that you be volunteering?
I think mentoring is essential. When I was younger, I got into a program. Now I'm the youngest, so, I've always had older siblings. But I was in a program, and you had people that, they took us places, they talked to us, they mentored us. I never forget that when I was in 7th grade, I had this woman. She was my Spanish teacher, but she also did the African American Club. Her name was Miss Mitchell. And there was a group of ladies she took to us. I mean, this woman, she took us all over, Broadway, off-Broadway, to dinners, to, just places that we probably never would have gone. And she reached back. This woman, she didn't have any children, but she reached back to teach us things. When I was in high school, I had a woman, another Spanish teacher, Miss Wright, she was in the ballroom dancing. She would take me to her competitions. We would go to different restaurants and just it was funny how I ended up just being so attached to her, because when I first got to high school, I kind of had an attitude with her, and she called my mother on me and kind of got me together. But she always told me I want you to be a RBW, but she never told me what it meant. And so I just listened to her. And she reached back and she did all of that for me. And finally, when I graduated high school, she gave me a Tiffany chain. And RBW standing for Righteous Black Woman. She's like, I want you, I'm empowering you. And I'm charging you, and I want you to do what I did. And I had women like that put so much into me. And how can you not put into people what's put in with you? I was at a conference over the weekend, and Dr. Hazel Dukes was speaking from NAACP, and I remember being a member of the NAACP youth group. and going to conventions and going places and traveling and learning things. And it's like, I don't want people to miss out. Our young kids, they need us. Our young women, they need us. They have so many different other avenues. So it's like people, they need to see the good avenues. You know, TV now, you know, is glorifying a lot of reality, different things, but that's not real reality. You know, and so I just feel like I want to be that person. I want to be that Miss Mitchell. I want to be that Miss Wright. I want to be that person that was able to just take time, not every day, but just take time. Let, you know, some young woman, even if it's a young man that I have to mentor, just let them know that there's somebody out there, there's another way, there's other ways, and just to help them. And even too in business, I was lucky to meet you, to meet Miss Parker, to meet Shani Starr, to meet all these women who, when I hit certain roadblocks, you had been on some of those roads. So when I thought, you know, life was over, my business was over, and I called one of y'all, you're like, girl, that's going to happen. Oh, nobody showed up to your event. Don't worry, have another one. You need to hear that, because sometimes when you're going through it, you just need somebody to tell you keep going.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get to the end of the tunnel if you stop and you turn around. You need a person to keep pushing you. So I feel like, you know, we've all had someone put into us in one way or another at one time. So, yeah, whether you're mentoring, accountability partners, like you spoke about your 60-day commitment, that changed my life. I mean, that really did. Like, you learn how to commit, how to keep going, how to, like, is this really my dream? Do I really want it? And, you know, that's what your mentor will do. Your mentor helps you.
Yes. And you are a great mentor. I mean, I've seen the different things you participate in. You volunteer to different organizations, collecting book bags and school supplies, just talking to them. Can you tell me, or tell us, the listeners, also, what are some of the organizations that you have worked with?
Well, of course, I've worked with Real Sisters Rising, still working with you wonderful women, the Phenomenal Women's Organization.
Mm-hmm.
I am a member of the Elks. I am in the Order of the Eastern Star. I am in DOI. I have my own organization called the Jador Group, which is to help those with autoimmune diseases and terminal illnesses. And I just volunteer wherever I see fit. I'm in the process right now of doing some give backs for some young ladies. Kind of don't want to talk about all of it because it's still trying to in the beginning stages. Mm-hmm. But have some good give backs especially for young women and underserved women.
Can you share some of the organizations that you have volunteered with community service time with the young ladies and young men, the youth?
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I said, is it possible you can tell us about some of the organizations you have volunteers that talk to youth and participate? Like you had the book bag and school supplies drive and the different things. So what are some of those organizations you was part of?
Well, with the Phenomenal Women, at one time we were working with the other group, the Phenomenal Women, and we were doing etiquette classes for young women in Harlem at the National Black Theater. Mm-hmm. Over the summer, like you saw, the book bags for the Elks, my temple, Eureka Temple number 22A, we're located in Harlem, New York. And we gave out book bags to underprivileged and needy children in Harlem. We gave out about 100 or so book bags. I mentor young girls with the Addie E. Gray mentoring program, where I work with them, help them college planning, career planning, life planning.
So from listening to you, if I didn't know you, if somebody else was just listening to you, you are a CEO of your own business. You have several businesses, two different types of businesses. You are a mentor. You are a member of several organizations. What do you do to have downtime? What do you do to relax?
Of course, I like to shop. I'm a lady. I like to shop. But I just like to, just go out and have a nice meal and just some good time with some good girlfriends. Movies, I love movies. I used to work at a video store at a time. I can watch my on-demand all day to catch up on my shows. I love shows like, Scandal, SVU, Criminal Minds, and then reading, of course. Gotta keep up on what's going on in the world. And then sometimes just some good old relaxation and traveling.
Yes, I know you love to travel. That's why I always say, what's the nickname I gave you? Althema of New York. Because I swear, up and down, since I've met you, I'm like, it's going to be a brand. Your brand is going to be all over the world. And I always told you that. Like Althema of New York.
Yes. You liked that name when I had it. I still have it. Actually, what Althema of New York at the current moment is doing accessory and makeup consultations.
Oh, look at you.
And because I am such into makeup now, I don't know where this came from, but I've always been into handbags and necklaces. So now I am, consulting on that. I am selling those. The website will be up by Valentine's Day, so you can check that out. And so, I know a lot of makeup artists. I'm always trying makeup, so I'm doing the consultations and look for that.
And you have the business and branding, event planning, business consulting. You have your health and wellness, and now you have beauty and fashion, and you have your mentoring program.
Yes, I am looking to have a good time with this last one. I love to shop. I love, makeup and, that. So definitely looking forward to doing that. And, if anybody knows me, I am the bag and necklace lady. So, I'm going to love this venture.
Yes. And also the other name that you have is Social Life. You are such an outgoing person. You go out, you're like the super network on so many different levels. It could be social, business, personal. You just go out and you meet so many different people. Your personality is just so vibrant. Where do you get this energy from with all these different businesses wearing all these different hats? As who I am, I can explain it. But because this is night is about you and people are listening to you and they might be, similar to what you, similar lifestyles for you, but they might not have it kind of together. They might be pulling their hair out. They may not have the time to have me time or be a social life. How do you make that time to be able to run these different businesses, be a mentor, be a good friend, and still have time to push that?
I don't even know. I just of my calendar. I don't know what we did before smartphones and things like that. But I just try to devote time to things that I love to do. And, of course, I love meeting people because I love helping people. And so that's always the upside of being out. And even when I meet someone who maybe can't help me, being that I love to refer people and love to help people, like I said, I just keep that in my little memory bank and in my phone book. So when someone does need that assistance, I can remember, Tuesday night I met someone who did this. Ms. Gibbs needs this. Let me refer Miss Gibbs to this.
Mm-hmm.
And I also just feel like that's how life is. You know, we have social media now, so it makes it just a tad bit easier to find people. But before we had social media and Facebook and Instagram and all this stuff, and you realize that, you know, the 6 degrees was more 2 or sometimes even 1, you just really don't know who knows who. Mm-hmm. You had to get out there and meet people. You couldn't just friend request and double tap on an Instagram photo. You had to be places. And you had to, you know, do your research, find out what event was going on and do that. Yeah. And so I would say to people to still do that. Don't take the social out of social media. Like, still get in the thick of things, still go to events, still speak to people, because life is about relationships. And, you know, your net worth is determined by your network. So you have to build it in order to sustain. So meet as many people as you can, build as many relationships as you can, help as many people as you can, and then, you know, everything just kind of comes full circle.
And it's true because we have, you know, it's one of my sisters, and I'm on Facebook, and I didn't even know my sister's in business. She's my god sister. She's in Brooklyn. And I'm in one of these business groups. You know, we're in a lot of groups. So I'm looking up like, that's my sister. And she's talking with one of the members that also lives in Brooklyn. And they're talking like they knew each other for years. And I'm like, oh, my God, this is such a small world, right? So then it was another time I'm networking with this lady from Brooklyn. Everybody's from Brooklyn. Oh, my God. But another woman I was doing business with, networking with her. I attended her event. Come to find out, she was best friends with one of my cousins that had moved to Virginia, and my cousin was asking her how she knew me, and it was like a go back and forth. I'm like, that 6 degree of separation, you know, somebody, you don't have to know everybody, but somebody that you know knows a minimum of 100 people you don't know that they can connect you to. You know, when you build those relationships, just say hi to somebody, like, you know, your Facebook friends. Don't just accept friends. Say hello, like, hey, how you doing? You know, what do you do? You know, go to school. Just spark up a conversation because, one, you accepted them as a friend. The other thing, they could add as a friend. So there was a connection here somehow. So take that connection a little bit further and say hi, make a new friend. You never know what that person how that person can affect your life and vice versa. And, you know, I'm at Althema or for Yahoo groups. And at that time, there was no pictures. It was just an email address and just hoping you would know somebody's name if they posted it in the group or on an email or if it was in their email signature. That's when you start learning people's names. So before people even put email signatures, it was just us responding to the group posts and participating and just enjoying each other's time back and forth. There was no pictures. We started having pictures when MySpace came along, really participating in MySpace. Or some of the other ones, Rise, Connecting Black, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a few of them. And then Facebook came along and just kind of took over everything else. But there were no pictures before all those came in, and we were still building relationships. There was no cell phones. Well, it was cell phones, but it wasn't so much how we depend on it now to communicate. There are some people who don't pick up the phone and talk to nobody. They will text everybody. Everybody. They will not talk to anyone. They'll text you. So we're losing that communication. We need to bring some of that back so we can continue to build stronger relationships. If we had never met and took it offline and met face to face and spent the time we did together, me, you, and a couple other ladies that we have, we would not be here today. If we would have just kept it online, it would have just been straight online. That's it. Like, oh, yeah, I know Shashina. That's her email address. You would have known my email address more than you know me. So we do need to, like, encourage people and you the social, like you know, Althema, New York. You got to help us spread the word of building that offline relationship, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy because we're just used to sending a message and sending an email. It's like now, sometimes you go to an event and people are in the corner on their phone taking a picture.
Yes, that's it.
And it's like, it's like, okay, what did you come here for? But it's a learned behavior because we've gotten used to that. Because at one time when you went, it's like you were at the door. You were trying to meet as many people as you can meet. You wanted to get your business card in the hands of everyone. People don't even have business cards anymore. They have those, those codes. Or they just automatically just send you their contacts.
Right.
Send your contacts. But like, do people even keep this? I have a whole, Rolodex. Like, who still has a Rolodex? I mean,
oh, my goodness. I have so many cards. I have, I order a lot of business cards for myself. So, the boxes that the business cards come in, I take mine out, and I have stacks of those business card boxes full of business cards from other people that I've met. What I do with them, I add the email addresses and contact information to my email marketing software with the permission of the people. And with those people who I didn't get permission from, I send them all an email saying, this is where I met you at, and can I add you to my email, his email list. Here's the link, so, that they can take that step and subscribe to it themselves. But, it's that's part of that relationship building. But with cell phones, everybody, somebody just take a picture of a business card and throw away the card now. And one thing about people is that you remember more when you actually physically have it in your hand, or you see it in the flesh, or in its physical form. When everything is virtual, and I know it's better for me to write down my appointments and things I need to do on a calendar, opposed to just leaving it in my Google Calendar waiting for my cell phone to send me an alert, because cell phones die. Other things that happen I could have put it on Pacific time when it was supposed to be on Eastern time. All kinds of things happen when you write it down and you have it in front of you and you're writing it down. For me, at least, I'm a visual person. If I see it while I'm writing, it starts becoming embedded in my mind that I remember better that way than I would remember by just typing it in my phone or scanning or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, everyone will have their own tactics. I do both. I do have a written calendar, and I also, I tell you what gives me life, a to-do list. To-do list gives me life because I just need to know what's going on. And, I have to make myself do it. Now, some things, and I'll share this with you. At the end of every day, I've started doing, being, which is like a grateful journal. And every day, at the end of the day, I just write down some of the things I accomplished, some of the things that I didn't accomplish, and then I work on my to-do list. Like I said, go to sleep with a goal, wake up with a purpose, and that way it just kind of gives you something to wake up for and get moving. So when you don't want to get up, and I leave it, and it's right on a piece of paper, and I have, the little neat journal, the old school composition book, and it's right there. It's right on the nightstand. It's, the first thing I see. So it's there's no time to sit in the bed and not want to go to work because I have a purpose. Because I already know what my I am is. So now I have to go push for it.
Oh, wait a minute. And the other thing on top of all that you do, you have a full-time job, don't you?
Yes, I do.
We didn't say that, and this is what I'm talking about. You have all this stuff going on and still a full-time job, and you're able to take out an hour out of your time to come here and talk to me tonight. That's so amazing.
I am. Anything for you, Miss Gibbs. Anything for you. But yes, I look. So I am a true entrepreneur, ladies. I know your struggle. I know what it is when you're at work working for somebody else and working for yourself on a low, because you just have to do what you have to do.
And being part of those networks that you're a part of, there's so much different activities going on, different outfits you have to switch up into, you know, and it just keeps you active and keep you moving, keep your calendar full. I know your calendar is always full.
Yes.
Do you have any one day of the week or even a half a day? Sometimes I have to take half a day. I can't take a full day.
I'm going to tell you, I always take care of myself.
You do, right?
You can't take half a day?
Huh?
You don't take a day?
I can't. I just can't. I get bored.
I'm going to tell you, because of this smartphone, I only have one phone, so it's like a gift and a curse. I can't, you know, it's always, you know, it always turns into business at a point. But I will say that I do go, you know, get my maintenance, my hair and my nails, and when I do that, if I'm not talking to the woman who does my nails or if I'm not in there with the girlfriend, then I just have my music on and I relax. And, you know, me and some of my girlfriends that, you know, we do, you know, entrepreneurs, we try to get together, you know, once a week, once every other week. It's winter time up here in New York, so sometimes it doesn't go as planned. But, you know, you do take that time. I know I cannot take a full day. It's just if I get a full day, I'm happy. But there's always something to do. But I do take my moments. And if that's, you know, to go shopping, hair, nails, pedicure, to go, you know, see something new. But, you know, when you know you have that dream in your mind and that vision, and you see the end goal, you're always working on it. You're always thinking about it.
That's true. Nothing can stop you. Once you become an entrepreneur, and a lot of times you don't become an entrepreneur, this is already within you. But once you really recognize it and become that person, it's no matter what you do, you're always working mentally, regardless of what, you're writing it down, but you're always mentally working. You could be sleeping and you're working. You're creating ideas. You're laying out the to-do list. You rehearsing a conversation that didn't even happen yet. You're always going to be an entrepreneur. And then you may have a new idea in the middle of the night that you force yourself to wake up so you can write it down and you don't forget. That's an entrepreneur. That's what we do. Mothers, we do that, period. Like, you know, we're planning what's going to be for dinner for the whole week, not just for the next day. What we eating for the whole week, what ingredients we need. Like, this is what we do, you know. We got to make sure we have the kids' clothes out, and this is what we do as entrepreneurs. So me being a single parent, you know, I have two daughters, and raising them up. I used to have a full-time job, but I work full-time for myself the last several years. And I know we are multifaceted entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs. I love that word. I just got to learn to say it better. So that's who we are. And I really believe about 98% of the women in our network are the same way. But before we end the call, I want you to tell everybody the name of your company again and how can someone get in contact with you if they choose to, they need to ask you a question or to say, you know, congratulations for being who you are, being so amazing.
Well, it is the Goodson Agency, Goodson Agency, and you can reach me via email, althema@thegoodsоnagency.com, or on Facebook, Althema Goodson, or the Goodson Agency on Instagram. You can just find me.
And I want to ask you, what is one tip you can share with us for someone who may want to get into your industry and they just have like that one thing that might help them get better focus? What will be one business tip that you can do?
Never stop wanting to learn, and always think of the possibilities of the way things can get done. Don't always just go to one way. Learn how to be multidimensional.
Yeah. I used to be a computer technician, so one thing I could relate that to is, and maybe you understand because you use the computer too, as most of us do. When you turn on the computer, there's more than one way to get to one destination. You have the desktop, you have the start menu, you have the taskbar. If you know how to do control and a code, you can open up the program that way. There's more than one way to do one thing, and I always relate that back to computers. When we get online, you can click on something, or you can press control something or alt something else. So it's always more than one way to get something. That's a good tip. So,
and just don't give up.
Yeah,
I just want to say that, it's easy to give up. It's so easy to give up. And things happen, life happens. But just discover your I am, like my best friend, Iyanla, in my head. Do your work. Everything takes time, but, just do your work, figure out who you are, your I am, and just keep pushing. Like I said, you'll never get to the end of the tunnel to see the light if you turn back around or if you stop. Just keep going.
Well, Althema of New York, Ms. Goodson, has shared some great information with us tonight. And I want to say thank you for taking out the time and being here with us and sharing with our listeners. And, again, if you want to get in contact with Althema, you can email her, Althema@the Goodson Agency. She's on Facebook, Instagram, and all the social media sites. She's a pleasant person. She don't deal with no negativity. I'm going to tell you that on a personal level. She's a good person. So if you want to reach out to Althema, go ahead. Hire her for your services. She's accurate. She's fun. And she's there to make you smile. And she has this sweet, sweet voice. You just got to hear it more off the thing, like in person. You got to hear it in person. Okay, I'm doing too much, right? So
thank you, Ms. Gibbs, and I just want to tell you that I appreciate you for all these years, and I just appreciate you for what you do, what you provide to women like myself. You provided, like you said, before there was a Facebook group, before there was any of these things, Mad, Me, and all the stuff that we have now. Like you said, it was a Yahoo group. You provided that platform for myself, for so many women, and, just thank you. I don't even know what else to say, but thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome, and all I want to do is see you succeed and just stay in alignment with your purpose. That's all I want to see that happen. So
I will.
Don't make me cry before we hang up this call. You hear me toning down, right? So let me pick it back up again. Let me sit up. So thank you all for listening tonight. I had a great time. Again, if you have any questions for Althema, it's Althema@the Agency. My name is Stephanie Gibbs. You can visit our website on www.realsistersrising.com. Think about becoming a member. If you want to reach me, it's info@realsistersrising.com. Have a great night and keep rising.